Good morning. Happy 4th of July, you guys. Want to do a little, we haven't done a Sunday night dinner vlog in a long time, and somebody mentioned it to me, so we're going to do a little 4th of July dinner vlog, so come along. We are going to do some mac and cheese, just some burgers, baked beans, and I think that's it. Maybe a little chips and dip, but come on. So we're doing a baked mac and cheese. It is a recipe that Stephanie found on the Weight Watchers website. And we have some elbow macaroni we're going to boil. Not quite a full box.
8 ounces, half a box.
Got it, 8 ounces.
Because we're making half a recipe because this thing makes a 13 by 9 pan and it says it serves 26 people. It's like 3 of us at the house, and if you take some home, that's a lot of mac and cheese. So we're making half.
So we're having the recipe. So 8 ounces of mac and cheese. Is it going to be half a brick of cream cheese then?
Yep.
Half a brick of cream cheese, some skim milk, or did you do 2%?
I've got 2%. I looked at the store to see if they had a pint of skim milk, but they did not. So we're gonna have to use 2%.
That's okay. I'm okay with it being 2% milk, and then some. Is it fat free or low fat cottage cheese?
Low fat.
Low fat cottage cheese. And cheddar?
Yes.
Low fat cheddar?
Yes. The recipe calls for low fat cheddar and low fat Monterey, but I only have cheddar, so we're just going to use all cheddar.
There you go. And I will taste test it and let you guys know how it is. Stephanie also made the Weight Watchers recipe for focaccia bread. And normally I've always seen focaccia with the olives and dried peppers and things folded into it. But in this recipe, the bread and the filling are separate.
You're supposed to somehow cut that bread in half, like sandwich bread.
Like a pita when you pop it open. And then stuff it. But I'm just going to dip and I'll let you know how it is. What was in the bread?
Flour, salt, and yeast and water.
Flour, salt, yeast, and water. This is just
after it rises, you put a little bit of Parmesan, and I put Italian seasoning on it.
Nice. And then this is just your peppers, olives, cheese, and salami.
Do we need to put nutmeg in here? I don't even see nutmeg over here. I'm not putting no nutmeg.
Okay. Critique of the Weight Watchers focaccia bread. It's good, especially when you dip it in the juice.
It probably would have been better the day of.
So she baked it yesterday or the day before?
The day before, and
the bread you can tell is like healthy bread. It's a little on the dry side, but once you dip it in all of the juices and stuff, it is very good focaccia bread. Is it the best I've ever had? No. But is it?
I don't even think the bread part's what's healthy. That's a typical bread recipe. Is bread or flour, water, yeast.
There's no flavor to that bread. And I think you have to dip it to make it good. So, but it's not awful. So there you go. It's really good once you dip it in the juice. Okay, so we're draining the macaroni noodles. We have blended together. What is this?
Half a stick of cottage cheese, half a cup of low fat or fat-free cottage cheese, half a cup of milk, some seasonings, and 2 eggs.
Yep, we blended that all together in the bullet. We're going to put it in this small baking dish here.
Well, the recipe says to put a quarter of the noodles, make a layer of noodles, quarter of the cheese, you just keep doing that until all your noodles are gone. This is basically ending up like a southern baked mac and cheese.
But with fat-free everything.
Or not fat-free, reduced fat.
Sorry, reduced fat.
I don't use fat-free cheese in this house because fat-free cheese does not melt. So you know then it's not real. Where reduced fat is made with 2% milk. So it's still real cheese. Alright, it said 1/4 and 1/4, but I'm going to do layers of this. Put extra cheese on this layer because it's that top layer.
Yep, always extra cheese on the top layer.
Yep. And then you take your little concoction and you just pour it over the top, and it's going to sink down into those noodles. This is basically your little bechamel sauce. Let me get a spatula and we'll get all that sauce in there. Sorry, Loki. Put that along here a little bit, maybe.
Bake at 425 for how long?
I think it said 30 to 45 minutes, basically until it's brown and bubbly.
There you go. Okay, since we waited till the 4th to go to the store, there was no pre-made patties left. No. So that's fine. We're going to make our own.
It's better this way anyway, because you can make it how you want and control the salt, the flavor.
What do we have in there? Some 80-20?
Yep, 80-20 ground beef.
Some bacon.
When I made burgers recently with 93.7, my fiance told me that they were dry. So we're trying the 80-20. I put some bacon bits in there, some burger seasoning, which we may need to add more once I mix it up, and some Worcestershire.
Not sponsored by the burger seasoning, by the way.
No, it's not.
No, we just like that one.
That's just what I bought at Aldi.
There you go. We would love a seasoning sponsor, though.
Right?
That would be so nice, but no.
Especially for someone that's trying to make their own meat and not do processed meats and things, because it's a lot of points. A lot of Weight Watcher points.
Exactly. Anytime you can make something at home and not buy the processed, it's going to be better for you.
For sure.
I've been making good choices over here. The one thing I can't do is the lower fat cheese, unfortunately. I like bougie cheeses. I like Emmentaler's and Brie's and Munster's, and they don't make those in low fat. So I just would rather cut other things out. But yeah, so now she has a cool little burger press.
Yep, and I'm actually going to be a pain in the butt. I bought this food scale. I'm going to use it. I'm going to make sure that these are exactly 4-ounce burgers.
Are you going to clear out the weight of the thing first?
Yep. So a pound of meat, so 4 burgers, that's 4 ounces a piece. A little bit too much. Exactly 4. So now I'm going to roll it into a ball. Stick it there in the middle. Take this little thing. Press. And you've got yourself a pretty good looking burger.
Yep, and so just keep doing that. It's the 4th of July, so we're grilling. Whoop, 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 whoop. So there was an incident, if you can't tell by what's going on back there. Tree fell and hit the house. It's being taken care of, thankfully. But yeah, that was a whole thing this week. So here's what the Weight Watchers mac and cheese ended up looking like. And I'll taste test it and let you guys know what I think. So here's my plate. This is how I like my burger. Mayonnaise, cheese, and onion, either red or white. We only had red, so...
Well, I had both, but that's what was available right when I looked.
Onion is a must on a burger. I got myself a scoop of mac and cheese, and I'm going to pass on the baked beans. So yeah, that's what I have. Taste test on the mac and cheese. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie, it tastes a lot better than it looks. It's not quite as creamy as I would like, and a little salty, but it's pretty good. I would definitely, if you were doing Weight Watchers hardcore, this is only 5 points for a half a cup. If this was the only way you could have mac and cheese, I would totally do it. Okay, so that was our 4th of July meal. It was super delicious, but also like Weight Watcher friendly and just really, really, for how healthy it was still a really good meal. As you can probably tell, this is a predated video because you're probably getting this somewhere towards the middle or end of July. I am on my wonderful European vacation, and I hope you guys are having a really great summer as well. Love you all, and we will see you hopefully next week.